Hey everyone, and welcome to Ready Steady Freeform. Today we are making muffins. Oh, these are cherry bakewell muffins. And you can just see the flaked almonds on the top just dropped off a bit there. And these are not coconut, they are banana and cinnamon. So banana and cinnamon and cherry bakewell, and follow the video to see how to make these lovely, moist, beautiful babies. This evening, it's evening here in the UK, we're cooking muffins. We're baking muffins. We're going to do two different flavors. So these are a nice muffin. I'm actually going to do them as cupcakes because we get more out of the mixture, but you can do muffins instead if you want to. There's two different flavors that we're doing. One is cinnamon and banana, and the other one is like a bakewell, so a cherry bakewell. So we've got a basic muffin mix, and this is what we're going to use for today's ingredients. You can add any ingredients you want to it, so you can be very flexible with this. You could put peaches and raspberries to make a peach melba, or you could do a blueberry muffin. So it's really up to you what you want to add to it to make it your muffin or your cupcake. Okay, now here we have all the ingredients ready. So in this I have 2 cups of ground almonds. Now the recipe will follow at the end of the video. I'll write it up at the end of the video, so don't worry about, if you want to make a note, that's fine. If you don't, then it's going to be at the end of the video. So we've got 2 cups of ground almonds. Then we have 3 eggs, and you can just put this all in together. We have 1/3 of a cup of honey. And then we have half a teaspoon, so not very much, just a half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Then we've got a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then we have, because we're going dairy free, we are going for a 1/4 cup of ghee. All right, so that is it. Now your basic cake mix is butter, sugar, flour, eggs. All right, so we've got butter, we've got ghee, sugar, we've got honey, flour, we've got ground almonds, and eggs is eggs. Okay, and then we've got the raising agent, which is the bicarbonate of soda. So we're just going to mix this up. We don't need an electric whisk or anything like that, because we're not trying to get the air into it, because it's not that kind of mixture. And with free-from cooking, nothing works the same as others. Now you will find that these are a really lovely moist muffin, and not dry like many of the cakes that you buy off the shelves in the supermarket. And obviously these have no preservatives in them, and so they don't last as long as something might do off the free-from shelf. So we've got a nice kind of batter mix there. It's nice and thick, just see it dropping off the spoon. It's a bit like very thick porridge. All right, so now what we're going to do, because we're doing 2 different flavours, we're going to split it across 2 bowls. Now, don't be too precious about getting it exactly right. If you really want to, you can get the scales out, but I think you know I'm not that kind of girl. So we're just going to roughly put half the mixture in here. Okay, so there might be a little bit less than half in there, so I'll just squidge a spoon back. Lovely. Right, so I'm going to do the cherry bakewell ones first. Now what I've got here is some almond extract, and we're going to put 2 teaspoons of almond extract in. That'll give it that lovely strong almond taste, because the ground almonds, not for me, they don't come through very strongly. So we're going to make it really a rich bakewell taste. Make sure there's no getting away from the fact that this got a lovely pungent almond flavour. So I've given that a good mix. Now what we're going to do is pop it into the cupcake tray. Now, just to let you know, today I'm making 12 because I am doing cupcake sizes. So this is a shallower case. If you wanted to go for a muffin, this mix will only make 9 muffins. So it's really up to you. So if you're trying to watch your weight, then it's good to have a smaller one. But if you want to indulge and put some weight on, then by all means go for the muffins. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop a cherry into each of the bottom of these. And these are just frozen cherries that I've got from Sainsbury's. You can get them from most supermarkets now. So we're just going to put a small dessert spoon in there just to cover the cherry. Ooh, forgot the cherry. Okay, then we're going to add another cherry in. Now you can put as few or as many cherries in as you like, and if you're going to do muffins, then obviously you want to do more fruit than this is. So then we're going to get the mixture to go across these 6 muffins. If I run out, then it doesn't matter, because what I'll do, I will scoop from the last muffin and just make 5 out of this mix. So it's not a problem. And that's as a result, obviously, of me not dividing the mixture equally, but I don't mind too much. I love the banana and cinnamon just as much as I love this Bakewell mix that we've got here, so that's fine. So here we have it then. They are the Cherry Bakewell muffins, cupcakes, all in. You can taste, oh, that's cracking, that almond taste. Right, so I'm just gonna pop a little bit of cherry on the top of this. Now also what I'm going to do, not quite got enough cherries for the lot, but what I'm also going to do is pop some flaked almonds on. Now these are toasted flaked almonds, but they don't have to be, you can just use regular flaked almonds, and just, you can either decorate them across the top and make them look all pretty, or you can just throw them across the top. It's fine, it's really up to you and what you want to do. So I'm just going to sprinkle them on the top like that. There's no set amount of these, it's just a sprinkling of each, as so. One of the main reasons that I actually put the cherry on the top is, yes, it looks nice and it looks like a typical Cherry Bakewell, but when I'm getting them out of the freezer, it means that I know exactly what I'm getting out of the freezer, so that I can identify it by what's on the top. So if it's blueberries, there's blueberries on the top. If there's a cherry, then it means it's cherry. If it's cherry and almonds, it means it's a Cherry Bakewell. So that's extra special. So we've got the oven on 350, which is standard for all the free-from baking that we do. And we're going to pop them in the oven for about 20 minutes, okay? So we're just going to pop those on the side, because we're going to make sure that they all go in at the same time. Now we're going to switch over and do the cinnamon and banana cupcakes now. So the extra ingredients we need for this, so this is back to the basic mix that we halved in the first place. So we're going to add some ground cinnamon, and we're going to add a banana. Now this banana I have had in the freezer, so it became too ripe, and I didn't split it up like I do with the banana milkshake. I just popped it in the freezer whole, because sometimes they're a bit too far gone to be able to break up, and so this is the ideal situation where you're going to use these. So I've just defrosted it in the microwave for 30 seconds. If you don't want to use a microwave, then you can just leave it out and let it defrost. So I've just snipped the end off with a pair of scissors because it's nice and squishy. All right, and I'm just going to squeeze it straight into this mix. So it's all nice and gooey. And don't worry about the extra moisture that this is going to give to the cupcakes, it's totally fine. Now you could use a fork if you wanted to for this. I'm just smushing up the banana against the side so that I don't get any big lumps of banana in there. But if I do you know what? That'd be a nice cupcake, because it's going to be lovely and banana-y. Okay, so we're now going to go for about at least a teaspoon of cinnamon, but I am a big cinnamon fan. So we'll mix this in and then we'll kind of see what we think. Yeah, I think a teaspoon is going to be enough for these, because we don't want it to overpower it. We want it to give it a lovely flavour. Now, because I have added the banana, it's given extra volume to it, all right? So we've still got roughly the same consistency. It is extra sloppy because of the banana, but that's absolutely fine. If you wanted to, you could put some raisins or chocolate chips in these if you want to do that. If you don't have to, they are absolutely delicious as they are. They're lovely and moist. They're great for breakfast. If you ever fancy a bit of banana muffin and yogurt for breakfast. It's absolutely delicious. And you could have this as a dessert with ice cream or with some kind of custard. And custard will be something that we'll be doing in the future as well. So even though we've got the extra banana in there, we've come out about right for these cupcake cases. So you can see it makes just 12 cupcakes. And as I said, it'll be 9 muffins if you do the muffins. So there we have it. I'm going to pop them all in the oven now for 20 minutes and then take them out and see what they look like and taste like. So here we are back, and 20 minutes has gone, and we're going to have a look in the oven and see if they're done, and then we're going to take them out. They're done, they're firm to touch, so we're just going to take them out now. So there are, that's the cinnamon and banana, and they are the cherry Bakewells. So you can see they've risen a little bit. It's got that nice round top on them. So I'm going to leave them in the pans for about 10 minutes. Then we'll transfer them onto the rack to fully cool. Now, then we'll do a taste test and then I'll give you the recipe. See you in 10. Hey, so we've taken them out of the oven and they've cooled slightly. They're nice to touch, and they're ready to eat if you want to. So I'm going to open the banana and cinnamon one just to show you the consistency. So maybe you can see they're a little bit spongy on the top. So you can see if I press it, it's kind of springing back, it's not denting it. Okay, so we're going to open it up, and it is lovely and fluffy and moist. It's really got a lovely texture to it. So let me open it this way. So just going to pull it apart. There we go. So you can see it's got kind of like a very bready kind of consistency to it, and it's lovely and soft. It's not crumbly at all. It's not crumbling apart. It's not dry. Straight away you get a banana. It's lovely. If you're going to do the whole mix with bananas and cinnamon, you'll need to double the ingredients that we had. That is good. Oh, one of my favourite flavours this is. The lovely juicy banana and cinnamon. It's just a hint of cinnamon to it, so you could go with more cinnamon if you wanted to, but I really enjoy the banana coming through this. That's really good. Okay, so these are obviously the Bakewell ones, and so you can see at the bottom the cherries have bled out in the bottom because I put them in the bottom of the case purposely, and so that gives that lovely juiciness when you come into it. So the cherries don't sink. You see the one I put on the top here, it's not sank because it's too thick for it to sink in. Now I must let you know that this recipe is a Dr. Axe recipe. So that's Dr. D-R and Axe, A-X-E. Now if you go on Pinterest or Google, you can Google Dr. Axe. He has lots of healthy recipes, and this is one of his recipes. He does it with blueberries, but the ingredients I'm sure are the same. I've been making these muffins for quite a few years, and so they're really versatile. If you wanted to make a pudding with them, like a sponge pudding, you could get a casserole dish or something, a ramekins, and put fruit in the bottom like tinned peaches or tinned apples. Make sure that your peaches are in fruit juice and not in syrup, and that your apples are the same. There's nothing added, they're just apples. And I know that Sainsbury's and I'm pretty sure Asda sell cooked apples in tins that you can just eat, or you could just cook some apples yourself and pop them in the bottom, or you could layer some bananas, that would be lovely, and put the mixture on top of it. So you could have like a nice sponge pudding with a deep fruit kind of compote layer at the bottom, which would be lovely. And you could serve that with some nice coconut cream or ice cream that you might have made or whatever. So whatever you fancy, but enjoy the muffins, and the recipe is coming next.